Hello there. Welcome to my website. Want to catch you up on some of the things we've been doing as the summer progresses. I got a lot of emails that have come in about what happened to our radio show. And we're taking a break for the summer. I've been on the air for about 15 years, as many of you know who followed our website and follow what we do here. I was on a daily radio show in New Orleans 5 days a week, 3 hours a day for a number of years, post-Katrina. What an interesting time to see the rebuilding of New Orleans and see all that was going on down there and being able to comment on it on a regular basis. Then when we had several major floods after that, I remember staying up all night, even though we couldn't be in New Orleans. I'd be here in a Baton Rouge studio and be broadcasting all night long. At one point, I went for about 12 hours in the air, just making conversation with people who were in their homes, who were flooded out, and just wanted to talk. Didn't have any electricity and just wanted to talk, get a little idea of what we saw from this end. And it was a very challenging time to be on the air at that point in time. Done a weekend show for many, many years on Genesis Communications Network, where I've talked to people all over the country and all over the world. We've had listeners all over the world. What a treat to see the response to the various guests that we've had on. Taking a break for the summer right now. I've got a new book coming out in a matter of a couple of weeks. I've got some traveling to do, some grandkids to catch up on, and we'll be back to give you more information about our radio show coming up this fall. Got a lot of reaction to my column last week about Tabasco. It was a little tongue-in-cheek. I was talking about the lack of Tabasco sauce, particularly on the East Coast, but I was interested to see my listeners talk about their personal stories involving the Tabasco. I related several on the air to you about my personal involvement with the McElhaney family and the tobacco sauce, which is just so popular. I think I related in either on this program or in my recent column the fact that I was over in Thailand. I was over there on a trip with some friends, went out of Bangkok up to northern Thailand, was on the Cambodian Thai border right there where Myanmar gets focuses all together in what is called the Golden Triangle, which is a huge drug operation, a drug location up that way. We crossed the river, was in Cambodia, then came back across to Thailand. We're hungry for some breakfast. There was a dirt floor cafe there, and we went into the dirt floor cafe. And when I got some bacon and eggs, they brought me out some Tabasco sauce. Another interesting thing about it, too, by the way, our little waitress at the time was trying to impress us, obviously, for her tip that she could speak some English. And she said, "Oh, I know American song. I love American song." And I told her, "What's your favorite American song?" And without missing a beat, she broke out in "You Are My Sunshine," written by our famous governor down here, Governor Jimmy Davis. I've written extensively about him before, about my personal relationship with Governor Davis. So I share that with you, and you can see that if you want to see, just Google Governor Jimmy Davis Jim Brown LA, and you'll see my columns come out about my stories about Sunshine, who, by the way, was Governor Davis's horse, for those of you that aren't familiar with Louisiana politics. And "You Are My Sunshine" is our favorite state song down here right now. The other thing I wanted to mention was my column this week. I wrote about performance pay for public officials. And some people think, what a wacky idea. How could you obviously determine performance? Well, we do so in the private sector all the time. If you are investing in a company, if you have a stock in a company, and you don't like how the leadership is running that company, you sell your stock, right? Or if you lend money, you pull your money back out. You can find some way to deal with performance pay. I think that's an idea we should explore some more. Economists have come up with something called the misery index about how progressive your state is based on unemployment figures and a variety of figures that go into a special formula. I put together my own misery index I wrote about this week, involving test scores for our kids in school, the economy in general, a whole number of factors that go in, and pay our public officials based on their productivity, whether it be educators, whether it be the governor, whether it be various public officials. So may not work, but we've got to be thinking creatively, got to think outside the box. So you may take a look at what I'm writing on my column this week and see what you think. Hey, glad you spent some time with me. I'll be up in the mountains in North Carolina a good bit of August, but we'll be on the air regularly. I'll be writing my columns regularly, be on this website, so I hope you'll check back. Take care and have a good week.